Hello, and welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a gentle stretch, cozy winter flow for those days that it's pretty cold and you just want to bundle up, like me. I took this one outside. Hopefully you can get outside. If not, though, this one's a great stretch anyway. So whenever you're ready, grab your mat. Let's get started. We begin today on our backs, soles of the feet together, taking the hands on the thighs or on the heart, wherever they want to lay, whatever calls to you. Just taking a few moments here to connect with ourselves, thank ourselves for arriving on the mat. You got here. Now we're going to feel good. One deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose as we take the knees up and into the chest. We can blink the eyes open if we had them closed. We start to find a little rock here with the knees. Opening them up, drawing hip circles, maybe using the hands as a guide. Going one way and then the other. Maybe taking soles of the feet together. Finding little wiggles here that feel good. Taking the knees back together into the chest and gently letting them fall to the left side. Taking our hand, extending it out to the right, gazing over the fingertips. Taking nice deep breaths, breathing them into the belly, into the lower back. And coming back through center, gently guiding the knees over to the right side. Releasing a little bit more tension on the exhale. Whether that be physically, emotionally. And coming back into center, crossing at the ankles, finding a little bit of momentum and rocking up, or coming into tabletop, however we would like to get there. Coming back onto all fours, finding our foundation here. Before walking the hands up a few more inches and gently taking both hips to the right side. And over to the left, maybe taking our gaze behind us as well. Over to the right. Not forcing anything or moving too fast. Being gentle with our bodies. Evening out both sides. And coming back into tabletop for an exaggerated cat cow. So on the inhale, we're going to be diving down deep, nose to mat. And rounding through the belly, gazing up. And on the exhale, bending the elbows, coming the reverse way, rolling through the spine to press into the fingers, tucking the chin. Inhale and exhale, moving with the breath. These exaggerated big movements get the energy flowing. Maybe feeling goofy, wake us up a little bit. One more round of cat-cow. Before meeting back in tabletop. Spreading through all of the fingers, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, hovering the knees above the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sending the hips up and back, walking the fingertips out, pedaling out the feet. Clawing through the fingertips, releasing the head in between the biceps. Trying to get both heels on the mat and the heart down to the mat. Think of melting down into this pose, sending the sit bones up to the sky. Active in our whole body. Gazing at the hands and bending the knees, gently walking our feet up to meet the hands. Keeping a nice bend in the knee, forward fold. Releasing the head, shaking it out. And inhale, rise, hands above the head, palms come together, gazing up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Spreading our feet, finding our foundation through all four corners, rolling the shoulders back, taking a moment here to breathe into our whole spine. Breathe up nice and tall. Feel the energy flowing from toes to crown of the head. One more nice deep inhale. And exhale through the nose, shifting the weight onto the right foot, gently taking the left behind us, stepping over into the back of the mat. Toes to the corner, reaching up, spreading the fingers, gazing up at the sky, firming through the legs, the glutes. Inhale and exhale to bend the knees, coming into cactus arms, pinching the shoulder blades together, squeezing through the glutes. Inhale, reach up, star pose. And exhale down to goddess. Moving with the breath. One more time. Inhale, reach up and exhale through the mouth this time. Taking the hands to the knees, dropping the left shoulder, gazing behind. And the right. Switching sides, warming up the spine, finding as deep of a twist as we would like here. And evening out both sides. Coming back to center, straightening the legs, turning the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Taking the hands, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale. And exhale, folding over the hips, finding flat back here, reaching the crown of the head forward, grounding through outer edges of both feet. Taking one round of breath here. And on the exhale, releasing the fingertips to the mat, finding a little bit more space between the feet, bending the right leg, the right knee. Not too far, being still cognizant of this alignment right here, lifting the hips behind us into the air and switching sides. So we want to keep the chest lifted and the bum lifted. We're not dropping down here. We're keeping everything kind of lifted and hot. If it helps you to go a little faster, that's usually what I do. I like to have my hands out in front of me. All right. And evening out both sides, coming back through center, forward fold over the legs, trying to get the crown of the head onto the mat. Grabbing onto the ankles, trying to pull the head through the legs. And inhaling, lifting the chest, walking the fingertips over to the front of the mat and stepping up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the hands up, chair. Rolling the shoulders back, sinking into the hips. Exhale, airplane arms, gazing in front of the mat. Inhale, chair. And exhale, this time stepping the left foot back and windmilling that arm around, coming into warrior two. Checking our alignment here. Rolling the shoulders back, sending energy out through the fingertips, gazing over those right fingers. Not collapsing into the hip, holding sturdy and strong here, we're warriors. Inhale, reach front and back, reverse warrior. Windmilling the arms around, coming to lie on the knee, reaching the left arm above the head, extended side angle. Taking a nice deep breath and windmilling that left arm around, pivoting on the left foot, coming into high lunge. Inhale and exhale, rain the fingertips down, framing that right foot, stepping up, kicking up that leg behind you, bending at the knee. Taking this standing split variation, or if we want to straighten the leg, take the whole thing. Breathing into this stretch. Trying to get our forehead as close to our knee as possible. And gently gaze in front of the foot, straighten the left foot, stepping it back into low lunge. Inhale, the arms above the head. Coming up a little bit on the knee, straightening the front leg a little bit, taking that foot in so we have this like box shape. Inhale and exhale, planting the right hand, reaching over with the left, getting a nice side body stretch here. Gazing at the left fingers. And gently release, taking that right leg back to meet the left, sending the hips back, child's pose, widening the knees here, big toes together, reaching out, steepling the fingers so we're active. Nice deep breaths. And on your next exhale, gently lifting the head, pressing through the hands, bringing the knees together, rolling up through the back, making this round shape, pressing into the hands and lowering down onto the belly, coming into upward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Gazing at the hands, gently walk or jump up to the front of the mat, keeping feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms up for chair. And exhale, airplane arms, gaze down in front. Inhale, look ahead for chair. And exhale, step that right foot back, windmill it around to warrior two, nice and strong. Inhale, reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. Windmill it around, extended side angle, keeping the chest nice and lifted. And gently windmilling that right arm around, turning on the toes, facing the front of the mat. Inhale, up, high lunge. Rolling the shoulders back, raining the fingers down. Exhale, planting the hands on either side of the foot, stepping up into our standing split variation or regular pose, yogi's choice. Spending a few breaths here, trying to get the knee or the nose to the knee. Only doing what feels good. Inhale, lift up the chest, and exhale, stepping that right foot back, planting the shin. Inhale, low lunge, arms above the head. And exhale, gently pressing up a little bit. Planting that left hand beside you on the mat, steeple fingers, whatever feels good here. Reaching over with the right arm. And on the exhale, coming back around, taking that left leg back to meet the right child's pose. One round of breath here. On the exhale, pressing into the hands, rounding the back, coming into Cobra, pressing through the hands, lifting the chest. And exhale, forehead to mat. This time, inhale, lift to the chest. Also lift to the hands. Hover. Strengthening the lower back. Breathe into it, firm through the legs. And exhale. Bending the left leg, reaching that left arm back, grabbing the ankle, trying to get a little quadricep stretch here. Like a little half bow, half frog. Really reaching that ankle into the hip to try and get the most out of this stretch. Inhale and exhale, gently release, reaching back with the other foot. Really using the opposition of the foot against the hand, using both body parts to press into each other. That effort and ease. And gently release, keeping both arms behind us, fingertips pointing towards toes. Coming into locust. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze everything, lift the chest, lift the feet, the hands. Gaze forward. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale to release. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up and back. If hero pose feels okay for your knees, we'll take that now. Otherwise, we can sit on the knees. So finding this space in here. Inhaling the arms above the head, grasping onto opposite elbows, pulling the elbows back, shining the heart forward, offering up your heart to the ceiling. Nice deep breaths, keeping the shoulders down. And gently release, taking a twist here, the left hand to the right knee, gazing behind. And coming back through center, twisting the opposite way. Feeling nice and long through the back. And back through center. Lifting up onto the knees, straightening the left leg, walking the left hand down the leg, reaching over with the right. Chest is lifted, open. Feeling a nice stretch in the ribs here. And exhale to gently come out, switch sides. Extending the right foot, toes to the ceiling. And gently release, coming back onto the knees. Crossing the ankles, coming onto a seat, into the middle of the mat. Extending the arms in front, gently rolling down onto the back, tucking the chin. The head is the last thing to come onto the mat. Extending the right leg up into the air, crossing it over the left knee, pulling that knee into the chest, reverse pigeon. Using the elbow maybe to gently guide the knee a little bit deeper. This nice outer hip stretch. Pull a little bit deeper on the exhale and gently release, opening both knees up, feet up to the ceiling, wrapping fingers around around big toe, peace fingers around big toes. Letting the legs just fall open where they want to. Finding stillness here, seeing what arises for you in this moment. And on the exhale, gently release, taking the left leg over the right knee. Flexing both feet, protecting both of those knees. Deep breath in and exhale. Try and go a little bit deeper on this stretch and release. The feet on the mat, feet hip width apart, palms of the hands on the mat, and squeezing through the pelvis and the glutes, we lift the hips, gazing up at the ceiling, not crunching the neck. Maybe putting a block between our legs to find our alignment here. Interlacing the fingers underneath us if that feels good. Rocking onto the shoulders, tucking the shoulder blades underneath, sending the hips a little bit higher. Squeeze. And gently release everything back to the mat, hugging the knees into the chest. And sigh out a little happy sigh because you did it. You got on the mat. You showed up, and that is all that matters. You did it. You did everything. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you found this video, the location. Any and all feedback is always welcome. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide and sharing your practice with me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.